tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
You see what I did there, right?
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like, fascist weird. Like, Nazi propaganda weird.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda. I also am thinking about like all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this. Yikes. Also, American Eagle is mostly a brand that like teenagers to like young adults shop at, and so the fact that like this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and so over sexualized, like I just don't like it. I don't like it even a little.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. What we have here is the woke mob, the radical left, the insane people are crying about Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, that's right. The very attractive female because they are very sad that, that they can't be like her. They cry and complain about her because, there's failures in life. They're usually, what you'll find out is they're usually the obese, fat, deranged women because that's what they are. And they complain about it because, well, it's because they wish they could be like her. So without further ado, here's the actual tangent of the insane.
Sweeney has officially flown too close to the sun, and nobody should ever be shooting her bail ever again. Never again. She's shown you who she is multiple times over now. Because see, everybody seems to have forgotten about / swept under the rug the fact that at her mother's 60th birthday party, they had spin-off hats made of Make America Great Again hats that said Make 60 Great Again. Not only that, her close family was at that party wearing Blue Lives Matter shirts. Not only that, that party was thrown at a ranch, and that may seem like an insignificant detail compared to the other two, right? But you couple the aesthetic of the clothing that people were wearing with the fact they actively chose a ranch as a venue. I don't know. It's kind of just blatantly saying racism to me. It's saying I'm a conservative piece of shit. That's what it's telling me. And people did the typical thing they do when a white person they like shows them that they are actually a conservative. They say, oh, well, that was just their family. You know what I'm saying? They can't control their family's views. Like, that doesn't say anything about their political tilt. You know what I'm saying? And then Sydney Sweeney came out with the statement, oh, you guys, I just wanted to share photos of my mother's birthday party, and you guys made it some insane political statement. No, motherfucker, y'all are wearing Make America Great Again hats and Blue Lives Matter shirts at a birthday party. You are making it political. That attire never needs to be worn at a birthday party.
Your phone is not broken. No, that was not AI. Yes, that was a real ad by American Eagle, and it's a real campaign featuring Sydney Sweeney basically boasting eugenics. A lot of people are upset because there's a lot of nuance to this as to why they should be upset. But at the end of the day, this is not surprising. This is who they have always been. If you've been following my page for a while, you know I believe 3 things. A leopard can't change its spots, the North will always remember, and if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's more than likely itself. And no better example than American Eagle, right? Because I was a teen in the early 2000s, and I remember places like American Eagle, Aeropostale, Abercrombie & Fitch. Yes, Abercrombie & Fitch was the worst out of all of the Y2K brands when it came to like ostracizing people. But, Aeropostale and American Eagle were not too far off, okay? They still carried things like a 000. They weren't as inclusive when it came to their models or who they were hiring. Like, they did a little bit better than A&F, but not much. Which is why this ad is not surprising. Starting off the bat, they went in with queer baiting. A lot of people thought they were teasing Renee Rapp and that this was going to be this big campaign that was going to promote more inclusivity, but joke's on them, it was Sydney Sweeney.
The words we use are never unintentional, and so for American Eagle to say that Sydney Sweeney has good genes is not an accident. So, there's an ad that was scrubbed from the internet that said why Sydney Sweeney has good genes. It talks about how genes are passed down throughout time from your mother, from your father, and you get your genes from your parents. Her genes are blue. She wanted us all to know her genes are blue. And this is not a far cry to say that it is the amping up of eugenics in this country. It is the ramping up of choosing certain models, people to promote certain items that look like what they want their customers to look like.
Can Sydney Sweeney stop appealing to the incel market? It's getting annoying. She just did an ad with American Eagle, which is a clothing company basically known for their jeans. It kind of starts with her zipping up her clothes and the camera moving up her body. It is Sydney Sweeney. She's very attractive. And she's narrating, genes are important. They discover things like skin color, eye color, and hair color. Odd. The camera makes it up to her face, and she says, my genes are blue, as the camera zooms in on her blonde hair and blue eyes. Not to sound like a lib here or anything, but like, if you watch the commercial, it does kind of feel like their Third Reich posting.
So first and foremost, y'all, the ad is apparently supposed to be her selling jeans, but like, if you watch it, you don't get that vibe that that's what she's selling, like, at all. So for starters, right, the ad that I've seen, because again, I'm not sure if there's multiple, I don't even need to see multiple though, but the ad that I've seen, it's so creepy and it's so obvious that they're trying to promote eugenics. Like, and I think, again, this all goes to, like, my apparently too woke theory that conservative media is literally overtaking, like, the entire, like, media atmosphere. Also, I'm switching the lighting because it's making my concealer look so light, and I promise y'all it is not that light. I promise you. Anyway, it'll blend out, I promise you. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so yeah, like, when you see it, like, it's just like a eugenics campaign. It literally is a eugenics campaign. Like, of course you're gonna say that the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl has great genes. And people are trying to say, oh, well, it's just a reference to her big boobs, okay? Like, I'm sure it's also a reference to that, but let's also, like, I'm 100% sure at the same time that two things can be true at once. So it's also about literally the fact that she's a white.
Yeah, so you get the picture, right? Like, why are they crying about this? Why are they angry? They're crying about this because obviously they're losing the culture war, and they're losing the culture war bad. And they're just very they're just pathetic people. Because, well, as you can see here, most of those people are either claiming on the racism thing, which is insane, or they're also going off of, inclusive whatever. Because obviously that's a sign unto you of you not looking like this certain way. Listen, I don't care. I don't want to see some obese person up as being an advertisement model for what I'm going to go buy something. And Sydney Sweeney happens to be very, very attractive. So that being said, they're going to advertise this. You're complaining because you don't look like her. And because you don't look like her, you want to bring other people down to make yourself feel better. That's what it is. And nobody's going to deal with it anymore. And of course, we have here for more lefties and more crazy people crying about this. He says, here's another Democrat losing her mind over Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad, calling it an ad for eugenics and claiming Sweeney looks like she walked straight out of a Nazi propaganda poster. Right. Self-loathing white liberal women are rotting cancer, eating away at America and imposing every place where they are. No, I agree. I 100% agree. The liberal women are absolutely miserable. They are the most miserable demographic, and we should not pay any mind to their psychoticness and their insanity.
Just run an ad for eugenics?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining why genes are blue.
Sydney's
Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good genes gave her personality and purity. I mean, are we really going to pretend that this isn't a little fashy-coded? Look, I'm not saying that Sydney Sweeney personally wrote this ad to revive the Third Reich, but American Eagle absolutely knew what they were doing here. You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster and expect people not to catch that reference. Good genes used to mean racial purity in fascist circles, and now it's just denim marketing. We are watching fascist aesthetics sneak back into pop culture through fashion ads, trad wife influencers, and yes, now blue jeans. If you think this was an innocent ad, you have not been paying attention.
See, notice how she said trad wife, because trad wife is usually a good thing. You normally want the female at the home and, taking care of the children, propping up the family, helping the family at the home. There's nothing wrong with that. By the way, ladies, go ahead, be that, because that is preferred. You'll be much happier this way. Trust me. But she's just being a lunatic. Of course, you have more to hear where Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle commercial is basically about ethnic cleansing. Her initials are SS, can't be more obvious. That's just one from here. And then, of course, we have another lunatic saying liberals are now boycotting American Eagle because they had a straight white woman in their advertisement.
They're racist online, talking about blue jeans and white people. Boycott American Eagle. Boycott the shit out of them. Boycott American Eagle. Do not buy them. And cancel this person. Miss Sweeney, cancel for her being racist. For doing Nazi propaganda. Cancel American Eagle.
Yeah, she's racist because how exactly? And of course, we have this here where from Jared Taylor saying in 2019, American Eagle decided to promote plus size for its jeans. A recent switch to using Sydney Sweeney is working better. Yeah, and this is what they had. We don't want whatever this is. We don't want this. What we want is something closer to Sydney Sweeney. And it could have been any race, by the way. It could have been any race. But I'm pretty sure black people probably wouldn't do it because, obviously, black women, because, it would be setting up things for a bad example. Besides, Sydney Sweeney's an actor and stuff like that, so she just has more pull. We have this here from American Eagle and what they have to say. They say, to whom it may concern, we sincerely apologize for featuring Sydney Sweeney in our recent advertisement. And in hindsight, we underestimated the combined impact of her blue eyes, blonde hair, and general hotness. Also, we did not realize how big her boobs would be. Our marketing team has been sent to denim sensitivity training. Thank you for feedback. Please stop emailing us. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. And it's hilarious. This is a huge sign that our culture is winning. We're back up in arms and is a great thing indeed. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, and as always, take care, my friends.